So again, never, never quit. This means that if you believe you'll be successful, it's likely you'll also have a high level of control over your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Studies have shown that strong self-efficacy, self-belief, believing in yourself, goes hand in hand with higher levels of resilience. You're more resilient. You're not going to be defeated easily because something comes by or somebody tells you you're not good enough and you stop whatever it is that you were going to do. I mean, you need to build up that resilience. The important thing is this: be ready at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you could become. Remember, thoughts guide action. However, your beliefs need testing to find the truth in a main idea. So the idea here is you have to sacrifice something in order for what you want to become. If it's time, if it's energy, if it's money, if it's whatever it is that you have to sacrifice. Many people have sacrificed things in order to get what they wanted. But remember, there has to be a balance where you don't sacrifice something too much and it becomes a loss at the end. For instance, if you want a great career, as a successful entrepreneur, and then you're spending, 80 hours a week instead of 40 hours, you may disregard your family. You may not pay attention to your family. So that may be a cost at the end, that you may lose a family member, they walk away or something, saying, well, you're never around. So you have to be very careful about how you balance the sacrifice for where you are now and where you want to go and what you want to become. It's a fine balance. You can find that though. Acting as if gives people opportunities to enact the best possible outcomes or to create new stories about their lives. Remember, everything is about stories. If you talk to people, movies are about stories, anecdotes are stories, radio shows are stories. When people tell you about their lives, it's a story. So everything is about storytelling. Acting as if isn't as effective if you don't believe in yourself and you don't think you can do what it takes. So remember, if you don't believe you can do something, nothing's going to help you, even if you try to act as if you are something. You have to believe it at the core, at your core. I can do this. I can pass this course. I can make a lot of money and buy that apartment. I can get that car I want. Get into that feel and that feeling and that believing and that emotion very much, and be consistent. Don't confuse the universe, or don't confuse yourself by saying one thing and then acting as if it's another thing. So if you want to act successful, walk like you're successful. Don't walk like you've been defeated in life, because it's inconsistent. You want something, act as if you already have it, as if you're experiencing it. That's what we're talking about. Act as if you're experiencing the thought or the feeling, the emotion, the smell. Like, you want a pizza tonight and you can smell that pizza. Like it almost feels real, because that's what you want so badly. Is it easy to do? No, absolutely not. So there's no illusions here. But the secret is this: how you think about yourself and your belief in yourself influences your actions. So it's not easy to do these things, but believe in yourself and it'll influence the actions that you take. We can create outer circumstances by acting as if they are already real. For example, changing how you act at work. Arrive early, speak up more in the meetings, socialize with coworkers can have a great effect on how you feel about your job, which in turn can improve your job performance. Another example, we can be happy by acting as if we are happy. Here's a warning: the body is wired to exert the least amount of effort to gain the biggest return. So remember, a lot of us are most likely lazier than we want to admit, but you have to get off that couch and do something. You can't wait for an opportunity to come to you. You have to go and chase it. Acting as if needs a shift in perspective for it to move from mantra to real meaning. It's the zero to hero effect. This thinking is easy to buy into with you believing that if this person did it, so can I. Think about that. You have friends, family members, people that you know, or maybe people you watch on TV or whatever. And you say, well, this person's a human being just like me. They can do it. Why can't I? Think about it like that. we all have the same opportunities and the same things that we could develop in terms of skills. The problem is that these results aren't easily duplicated. For example, if your career path isn't in perpetual liftoff mode, it's not going anywhere, or your relationship is not fulfilling enough, or your sporting personal bests not improving, you're not doing any better at your baseball games or hockey tournaments or whatever, or your bank account is not reaching that wealth tipping point, you're always just breaking even, then what do? You think you failed. And if you're experiencing any of these uncomfortable situations, you may be feeling not so good or not good enough in our successful oriented world. Our world competes ourselves with each other. We compete with other people, and it shouldn't be like that. We should, the only competition you need to really focus on is within yourself. Improve yourself, forget what other people are doing. Remember, so how we can overcome our self-sabotage or procrastination or dysfunctional automatic stinking thinking thoughts like I won't succeed no matter how hard I try, or I can't do this. The saying here is a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You can't go anywhere until you change it. So true. So what do you say when you say I can't do this? Here's $1 million question. Who do you want to be? So where are you now? Think about that for a second. How do you get there? And where do we want to be in the future? So where are you now? Where are you going? And how is it going to feel, or whatever it is when you get there? You have to feel the end point in order to understand how you start at the beginning. So, if you want to get that car, you have to feel as if you're in that car and driving it, and maybe take a test drive, feel that emotion. So then you know that that's really what you want. It's all about emotion. The power here is in the belief as well. Belief and thoughts influence actions. Actions influence beliefs and thoughts. What you read, listen to, and watch influences your thoughts and beliefs. We talked about that. And remember that everything you read and listen to and watch influences you. Some people can't watch horror movies because they keep thinking about those bad things and then they can't sleep. So obviously you don't want to watch those movies. So be careful what you read or listen to or watch, because it'll influence the way that you think or behave. What you do reinforces your thoughts and beliefs too. If you're lazy and procrastinate, then your thoughts are going to be more of the same. Or if you're ambitious and you're action-oriented and you're moving forward and you're taking every opportunity that you find, then your thoughts and beliefs are going to be in line with those actions. Here's a wonderful poem by Jesse Rittenhouse. It's called My Wage. I bargain with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is just an employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you set the wages, why you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. That's exactly what the law of attraction is all about. What my, acting as if is all about. What you ask for, you will receive. And if you believe it, you'll be able to achieve it. So remember, this is a very important poem that really outlines the fact that you have to ask what you want for in life. So reflect on your thoughts and challenge the ones not supporting you. What's wrong with my thinking? Why don't I get what I want? What am I afraid of? Those kind of things. And act as if what you do matters, because again, it does. Remember this, if you follow the crowd, you might get lost in it.